I never feel guilty about being privileged.
If you rub me the wrong way, bang, there'll be no more namaste.
Word on the street is, I'm still the word on the street.
Don't check for me unless you got a check for me.
The strongest substance on earth isn't diamonds, it's me.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Karen June Memorial Zoo. I feel like I open every video like this. It's been a minute. And it's always because my uploads are just inconsistent. In the last video, I really thought things were like getting easier with my puppy. Psych, joke's on me. No, I'm joking. She has gotten so much better, but it's still a lot, so I don't really have the time. I have the time to film and create.
What are you doing, silly girl? What are you doing? You want to say hi to everybody? Hi? Oh my god, you're so perfect!
Things, but I do not have the time to go back and edit them, which is the problem, because that's the most time-consuming part, for me anyway. So, like I told you guys last time, I have a bunch of videos recorded, I just have to edit them. So, they're coming. I mean, here's one. But yes, we are back at the Karen June Memorial Zoo. Today you are not just getting one habitat, but you are getting 2 plus a restaurant. Let's not get super excited. It's nothing mind-blowing. Actually, I lie. I think the meerkat habitat is super adorable. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I don't have a plan. Whenever I'm doing any of these zoo videos, I have no clue what I'm doing. I just go in and I just start doing, which is half the problem, probably. But this meerkat habitat is I just love it so much. I decided to include the meerkats because Mom was really into Meerkat Manor on Animal Planet. And I just needed like a small habitat, like an animal who didn't need a lot of space to like fill in this area between the staff buildings and the public part of the zoo. And so I just thought the meerkats would be perfect. They don't need a lot of room at all. Like, actually, this habitat is too big for them, apparently, according to the stats in the game. But yeah, I think it's really cute. And then after we build the meerkat habitat, we move on and we build a Indian peafowl, enclosure with a restaurant and like a walk through, like the guests can walk through and go to the restaurant, blah 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 blah. So, funny story, I included the Indian peafowls. Sorry. I included the Indian peafowls because this one time my mom took me and my 2 sisters to the Philadelphia Zoo, which is like our local zoo or whatever, quote unquote local. And we were having some McDonald's because there's a McDonald's inside the zoo. At least I haven't been in maybe 3-4 years. But and my sister started getting chased by a peacock, an Indian peafowl. I'm going to do this whole video. I'm sorry. And it was the funniest thing in the world. She, to this day, is still not a happy camper about it. But we all joke with her. We'll give her like peacock gifts and stuff like that because it was freaking hysterical. So I decided to do like a little Indian peafowl walk-in restaurant habitat enclosure thing, and I think it came out really cute. Like, I'm not mad at it. There's a lot of like blank space, I don't know, whichever you prefer. There's space that needs to be filled with like foliage and stuff, but I just haven't felt like going back and doing that. I'm kind of using my custom curbing as like a signifier to me that this area is done. So in some parts of the zoo, you might not see the custom curbing, but that's just because to me that area is not done. So I put the custom curbing on once the entire area is done, and that just kind of helps me keep the flow and like know where I'm at and stuff, because I'll do like a lot of playing in a single day, but then I won't touch it for a few weeks. Like, so when I go back, I'm like, what was I doing? So the custom curb helps immensely. But yeah, so I think this video is like a lot of fun. We have a lot to talk about and not a lot of time to do it. So, without further ado, we can get right into it. But before we do, I'm an oxymoron. Is that the correct word? Comment below if that's the correct verbiage. I'm not sure that it is, but it sounded right coming out of my mouth. But before we get into that, I do have a video showcasing the new tropical pack that came out recently. It's actually, I'm so excited for you guys to see it because it's a Jungle Book inspired habitat. And yeah, if you've been with this channel for a while, you know I love doing stuff like that. I have a Lion King inspired habitat, and yeah, so I'm very excited to show you guys the Jungle Book inspired habitat. But without further ado, for real this time, let's get into it.
I hope one day someone will take your heart and hold it tight, make you feel like you're invincible deep inside, and right when you think that it's perfect, they cross the line and steal your shine like you did mine. Go ahead and break my heart, that's fine. So kind, eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. I'm blind, why am I missing you tonight? Was it all? Someone's gonna show you how hard can be like you did mine.
All right, so as you just heard, a little tiny snippet and sped up to avoid the copyright, a clip of Kelly Clarkson's new song, Mine. If you don't know, I'm going to tell you right the hell now, I am the biggest Kelly Clarkson fan that I know, that I have ever met. I have seen her 25 times live in concert. I have. Me, myself, and I have been a fan since her audition on American Idol, and I have not watched an entire season of American Idol since hers. But, so, let's just catch everybody up to speed. Kelly, found love, blah, blah, blah. She got married, blah, blah, blah. It didn't work out. Turns out he was like a total scumbag, blah, blah, blah. We have been waiting for Kelly to tell her side of the story, and she hasn't. She's been very quiet about all of it out of like respect for their kids and all that. But it is finally time for her to tell it. And Mine is the first glimpse into that world that she lived in for 7 years. I think they were together. 7 sounds right. But on top of that, she also released another song called Me. So Mine/Me. Find them on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, blah, 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 blah. Buy them on iTunes. Buy the song. It counts a lot. Nobody buys music anymore, but I'm telling you to go to iTunes and buy the song, or Amazon Music, whatever you prefer. Just go buy it. It's like $1.99. Do it. You won't be you won't be disappointed. You won't feel regret for buying it. It's amazing. The wait for new Kelly Clarkson music has been totally worth it. A lot of fans count her Christmas albums. I don't count her Christmas albums. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't count her Christmas albums, and I never will. So it's been a very long time for me to get new Kelly Clarkson music, and the last album was Meaning of Life. Well, she also gave us Kellyoke last summer. I think it was last summer. Either way, it was amazing. That music, all those covers, it was only 5 or 6, but they were all phenomenal. Happier Than Ever, her version completely blows the original out of the water. I had never even heard the original until I had heard Kelly's. And Kelly, she also covered on that album Queen of the Night by Whitney Houston. Oh my God. Chef's Kiss. Perfect song, perfect cover. Anyway, back to Mine and Me. These songs are so good. They may not be exactly what you come to expect from a Kelly Clarkson like debut single. Normally they're very like upbeat and like in your face, you know, Mr. Know-It-All, Never Again, you know, what, blah, you know what I'm saying. My Life Would Suck Without You, but these are very laid back but still so powerful. The lyrics, Kelly went into that studio pissed off, and I don't blame her, but she went in there pissed off and she had a lot to say, and I'm glad she's saying it. But yeah, these songs are just so good. I need you to go listen to them right now. So that's Mine by Kelly Clarkson and Me by Kelly Clarkson. Go listen to them because you won't be disappointed. No one does it like Kelly Clarkson. And it's time for the whole world to get on the Kelly Clarkson train.
I lived my life without me, I never allowed me. Too much I've had to live for, put my life on hold for. I'm always pleasing someone, honestly now I'm done. I don't need somebody to hold me, don't need somebody to love me, don't need somebody to pick these pieces up. I put together my broken, let go of the pain I've been holding. Don't need to need somebody when I got me.
You guys, the time has finally come. The finale of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15 aired on Friday, and it was a moment in history. I have loved every single episode of the season. The cast is just so stacked with, like, the talent is insane. This might be the most talented cast in the history of RuPaul's Drag Race. That's just my opinion. Put the pitchforks down. I just loved everybody. All of them were just so great, and they all brought something unique to the table. Even Lucy LaDuca, regardless of what Lux says. But we finally got to the finale, and the top 4 queens were Anitra, Lux Noir London, Mistress Isabel Brooks, and the one and only Sasha Colby. I went into the season being Team Lux because, you know, us Jersey girls have to stay together. As the season progressed, I've switched bases a few times, but the one queen I was always like, no matter who makes it to the top, that queen is going to be a threat and a problem, was Sasha Colby. And then as the season progressed and went on, she was just unstoppable, firing on all cylinders. I cannot think of a single runway that I did not like. Every single one was just amazing. Every performance I've really enjoyed. Even like when they put her, she wasn't even really in the bottom because it was that lip sync Lollapalooza thing with Anitra. But I was just totally on board Team Sasha Colby, and so we start the finale off, and each of the queens get to do their own, like, solo performance. So first was Anitra, and it was interesting. So, like, a little tea for you guys who don't know the behind-the-scenes stuff that's going on, or that went on. One of Anitra's dancers got hurt, which I kind of think threw off her entire performance, because we've seen Anitra perform on the show. I mean, that boss bitch lip sync where she free willied over Marsha. I mean, and then of course that Walk the Duck performance. We know she can do it. So her performance was just a little lackluster for me, and it didn't really do much and it didn't really go anywhere, but I think it's because her dancer got hurt, so it kind of threw everything off. And then we had, I believe Lux was up next. And I thought Lux was great. I thought her performance was great. But this is not shade to Lux. It's not her fault. The entire time that song was playing, all I could think of was Touch the Fashion, Change Your Life from, like, Milk's talent show performance on All-Star 3 where she did, like, the Velcro doll thing. That was the only thing I could think of the entire time. And then Mistress was next, and her number, I thought she was great. I did. Also, though, like, I didn't feel like she was popping off like she normally does. I don't know. It was interesting. It was very interesting. And then last but not least, we had Sasha Colby, and I don't know. After her performance, I was just like, okay, crown it. That's what's happening. Sasha's going to win, rightfully so. But I was just, that performance, that was just everything. Oh my God. Like when they took like her braids and like, it was the whole thing. Like, go watch it. I would put a clip, but I don't want my video to get copyright struck. So just go watch the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race season 15. At least Sasha's performance, because oh my God, it was just so good. So good. She is a goddess, as the song she lip synced to said. And then, so, weird, it was weird. So, the four of them performed, and then Ru called them all on stage, and just, like, blink of an eye, like, he just cut Luxx and Mistress. There was no build-up, there was nothing. It was just like, bye, see ya, get out of here. You gotta go. No Ru statue for you, no Ru Peter badge, none of that. Just go, goodbye. And it was just weird. I don't know. It felt weird. But then I was like, as it was happening, because I was watching live, I was like, oh, maybe they're doing that because this episode is going to be short. Like, it's going to fit into the hour time block with commercials and all that. So, like, they're probably just cutting. But then, no, it went on for like another hour. And I felt really bad for Mistress and Luxx. I was just like, this was kind of crappy. Like, at least give them, I don't know what they could have done really differently. I just felt like the way they cut them was just, I don't know, bring back the lip sync for the crown as far as I'm concerned. The individual performances are fun, but I feel like there's a lot of room for producer shenanigans when they do the individual performances. Not that they don't mess around with like other stuff, but because we know how the show is at this point. But yeah, it was very interesting how they just cut them. So then next, Anitra and Sasha had to lip sync to Knock on Wood, which is one of the greatest songs of all time. It was good. It was good. I don't know. I was also kind of like disappointed with it. I loved it, but was disappointed. I don't know. I just thought they could have went further with it, or maybe it was like an edit that they were, I don't know what was going on. But at the end of the day, Sasha Colby won, and I cried. Not like boo-hooing, but like definitely my eyes filled with tears, and I was just very excited for her.
Sasha Colby. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Yes. This goes to every trans person, past, present, and future, because we are not going anywhere.
No press, my queen, press!
Because, you know, what she stands for is just so important, especially nowadays where everything is just so crazy. So yeah, just Team Sasha Colby all the way, and trans rights are human rights, and if you weren't sure, just know that this channel is a safe place for everybody. And I love you all, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!
You know I question every motive, everything you say. Thought with you maybe my heart wasn't meant to break. Can't believe I let you in, I can't believe I stay. As long as I stay, yeah. I hope one day someone will take your heart and hold it tight. Make you feel like you're invincible deep inside. And right when you think that it's perfect, they cross the line and steal your shine. Like you